Hello and welcome to Arcade Couch, the best place to chill with friends, get your game goodness each and every Monday. My name's Zomblight. Joining me couch this week, Ashley Hobley.
How you doing? Excited to be here for a simple and clean episode of Arcade Couch.
Oh, I see what you did there. Also here, Kira Munch.
I'm here to share Palpu fruit with everybody.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone. References success. Let's get straight into that. Kinda. So we'll get to Kingdom Hearts in a second, but obviously there was a bunch of news that dropped out of D23 this week. Movie, TV, and then some gaming stuff, which we'll discuss here. Movie and TV stuff. Go listen to what you want to watch. Just to get this one out of the way, because I thought it was a bit weird. So Press Start writes, after being revealed several years ago at this point, things have been pretty quiet in the Star Wars Eclipse front. We've seen literally nothing of the game since then, and reports surrounding its development have since been troubling at best. This hasn't stopped Disney from showcasing the game's same 5-year-old trailer at the D30 Expo this week. Far from signs of life, it's mildly encouraging that the platform was given. Insider Gaming reports regarding the game placed its release is still years away, while noting that Quantic Dream's parent company, NetEase, were unlikely to further invest in the project, with seeing success into other projects. How weird is it that 5 years after showing a trailer for a game and hearing nothing since it then, and then hearing nothing but troubling reports out of Quantic Dream for years since, and everyone assuming that this game was all but cancelled, that they're like, here's just the exact same trailer again. I hope no one notices. It's weird.
I think they had like a gap in the they need to fill time in the panel, and they're like, what's something that we can put in there?
It's like Justin Bieber opening up his laptop and playing his own YouTube videos at the Coachella. You know, just
yeah. There's no way this game ever comes out. So
yeah, I don't
like a weird thing.
I don't believe this is coming out at all. Full stop. So when I was like, why is this?
Your time would have been better spent playing trailers of the three previous Spider-Man games.
Yeah,
saying out now on PS5 and PlayStation, PC.
Yeah,
that would be better time spent.
Literally.
Go find a copy of Marvel's Avengers. At least you'll be able to play that.
Yeah. It's just such an odd thing. I didn't even know what to think about it. Anyway, odd. All right, Kingdom Hearts. So let's start with Kingdom Hearts adjacent, because I thought, so these are all coming from Press Start Kingdom Hearts stuff. Disney has announced their Kingdom Hearts anime based on the original game franchise is officially underway. The announcement was made at D323. It's coming to Disney Plus and the Disney Channel in the future, but not a lot of info was announced, although we won't have to wait long since a blah, 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 whatever. So they just put out a poster and a little animated thing saying it's coming soon. Kingdom Hearts, the series. Two notes for me from it, which was this announcement doing an anime paired with whoever it was, one of the CEOs of Disney, saying that one of the heads of Disney or Square Enix, someone saying that Kingdom Hearts is like a highly profitable IP for them, which is weird considering the game's coming out like every.
Also the reports of the CEO that signed off on Kingdom Hearts happening.
Not remembering doing it
or not remembering at all when it happened.
Just the elevator pitch where it's like, do you want to do that? Yeah, such a random occurrence. But then I'm like wondering what the anime. I mean, the character on the poster, not recognizable, at least as far as I could tell, or any reference. So, what is Kingdom Hearts the series? Is it based on the games? Is it paired off with the games? Is it a complete new character in the same universe? Tell me.
This anime is going to be vital for the lore and story of Kingdom Hearts.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's going to be vital. Like, it's going to be like this is the modern day equivalent of all the DS spin-offs.
Yeah,
this is your Birth by Sleep
and
the mobile games and everything else that's important. This is just going to be just as important. We have no reason to believe otherwise, because everything in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, whether it's a mainline game or a spin-off, is fucking really important.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking too, because there's nothing like. I was trying to think. It's like, will they adapt the story? That would make sense in the real world. However, it's Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts just loves to.
I reckon it's going to establish this city, this place that Sora's in, and the people within it.
So you reckon it's going to be like vital to Kingdom Hearts 4 then?
Yes, correct. Okay. I reckon it's going to establish all that stuff. I think there's going to be very minimal Disney. I don't think there's going to be that
Really?
much Disney in it. I don't.
Even though it's on
believe so.
Disney Plus.
Even though it's on Disney
And
Plus
the Disney Channel.
and the Disney Channel, I don't think it's going to be that over Disneyed.
Okay.
You won't be that tie-in heavy.
Yeah,
No, I could see that.
because I think they would struggle. Because I think it'd be very hard. Not very hard for them, but I think it would quickly up the budget of this to then have to keep jumping over to other animated properties that they know.
How about like
Already
Mickey
is.
Mouse?
Mickey maybe, but I don't see them going to a Mickey identified world. I can see Mickey being involved in it somehow, but also at the same time, I think it'd be fucking confusing for anybody that doesn't know about Kingdom Hearts to jump in and see this kind of Japanese anime, but with Mickey Mouse in it at the same time.
I mean, well, I guess that's our problem. Like, I don't know.
I mean, they just showed a trailer of the game, so I don't
Yes.
think,
It,
it's that too much of a jump.
does anyone care about the people watching Kingdom Hearts the series? Is it something that they're going to make to be easy for randoms to get into, rather than something for the hardcore?
I think it's both. But I think the easiest thing they can do for randoms is to go forward with Kingdom Hearts 4 stuff and leave behind Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 and everything else that encompasses stuff. Because there is too much bullshit amongst that stuff to try and explain to a new person in a series, especially if you're putting it on Disney Plus. If you're taking the time to put this on Disney Plus, you're not making this purely for the existing fan. You're making this as an onboarding for Kingdom Hearts 4 and to push this franchise through.
See, I think you go the other way and you go back to the origins and like try and explain how everything kind of came about. Who was the first Keyblade holder and all that kind of
But
stuff.
they've already done that.
The first
Not
Kingdom
this one.
Hearts. I was going to say they've explored the.
They've explored like
Explored it,
the original Keyblade War and everything like that,
Yeah.
and like that's a
Well, you
DS
got-
game.
Ugh.
That's a
That's a
DS
DS
game.
game.
That's a DS game, actually.
See, you can understand why I wouldn't go there.
Exactly.
Now, to be fair, I always think back
Who
to.
forged the first Keyblade, you know? There's
I'm
still a whole show
I'm
about
sure
that.
someone has the answer to that.
I think there's an answer to that as well.
There probably is an answer to that.
Yeah.
Who forged? Let's ask Google.
Who became the first
Yeah.
Heartless?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's an answer to that too. That was experimentation. The first man made the ultimate or original template is the X-Blade, which coexisted with Kingdom Hearts. The first man-made Keyblades were forged extracted by the Master of Masters. Oh yes, the Master of Masters. Remember him?
Yes, the Master of Masters.
Mm-mm.
Remember I actually do know the answer to this. He wears the Organization 13 uniform, and whenever he shows up, to make things more confusing, you then have to wonder if it's the Master of Masters or just a random member of Organization 13, because they all wear the same thing, which makes life great.
Difficult.
I always think back to the spoiler cast we did for Kingdom Hearts 3, where I'm pretty sure for an hour Ash just looked confused
Mm.
as I was trying to explain what the fuck
See,
happened.
that's why I would really like this show to just be
You can't.
someone retelling the story of Kingdom Hearts.
You
to somebody
can't.
else.
You can't do that. you literally there is too much. So literally it'd be like, okay, so we've got this person. This person is a copy of this person who's also this person's shadow, who has this person inside this person. And that means that person is able to split in between these two people. And then there's this other person who is also this person, but with just an X in his name now because he's a bit different and a bit more edgy. There's no Kingdom Hearts is a fucking horrible franchise in terms of that kind of stuff to try and explain the lore to people, and for even people who played the games are confused about it.
So I was like, surely someone's put like a YouTube video together already.
I'm sure
it's
there would
it's
be
like
a-
4
The
hours
first one
long.
that comes
I'm
up
guessing.
is one by Suggestive Gaming. 6 hours, 6 minutes,
Yeah.
37 seconds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One blow is like 51 minutes. So I mean, that's
It's just sadly the Kingdom Hearts writing is so convoluted that I don't feel like they can.
and that's why you need a show to dumb it all down.
No, because no. That's why I just think it's better for them starting fresh. Leave the old trilogy in those games as an encapsulated. This is that saga, and this is what we're moving on to now. This is the world that we're building up now.
Alternate universe where Sora didn't get the Keyblade and somebody else did, and now they're going to go on the exact same journey.
No, that's a fucking horror. No.
And then at the end, Sora and them bump into each other, and they realize. And then it turns out it was just part of Sora all along.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kingdom Hearts 4. Just got a release window and a new trailer. Press start. Alongside new trailer showcasing 90 seconds of gameplay, is also confirmed that Pixar's Coco will join the world of Kingdom Hearts 4. So they did show a brand new trailer, which they showed and released twice. They released it once, and then today they released it again with extended version with some Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Donald gameplay included in it. It looks, I'm not trying to say this in a mean way, but it looks like Kingdom Hearts, which is but both to say it looks really pretty and fun, and the world of Coco looks beautiful and great. And
I mean, it looks like Coco. I think is the more impressive.
Yeah,
better compliment.
Looks like you're playing literally within the animated movie, which is a gorgeous movie. So,
Yes.
playing it and then showing that you're going to be playing as Mickey, looking for Sora, and then like he's got some. Well, everyone's looking for Sora and Donald, Goofy as well. The Mickey segments has got him like going into the wall, like Mario.
I was gonna say there's like 2D Mario sections
2D
in there for
Mario
Mickey.
thing, yeah.
Also making him like a big paper folded version of himself, and
then you get Donald and Goofy teaming up, and then you get a little bit of the Kingdom Hearts 4 stuff we've seen previously, which is the new city area with a bunch of new characters, and then at the end of the trailer, Riku shows up and shows down with the massive heartless that we've seen 16 million times in every trailer at this point. I'll be honest, I was shocked that they were like late 2027. I remember for the past week when they said there was a Kingdom Hearts thing at the 23 this year. I was like, anniversary thing. I was like, it'll be nothing. It'll just be like maybe 10 more seconds of some teaser, like some celebration thing. You won't like. I did not expect would actually get anything solid out of it towards Kingdom Hearts 4 in a world where we talked about Kingdom Hearts 3 for up to 10 years or something between trailers and releases. So I think it's crazy that this game is apparently coming out at the end of next year. Now, whether or not we believe that is another thing, but the fact that they've put a rough window on it is somewhat hopeful. Square Enix has been pretty good of recent, Kingdom Hearts 3 aside, with putting out everything on their time.
You're telling me,
but they've pumped out these 3 Kingdom Hearts, sorry, not Kingdom Hearts,
Final
Fantasy 7 remake games at a ridiculous pace, really, in the scheme of things.
It's like 3 years? Every 3 years?
2-3 years they put out one, which is wild, I think, considering the size and scope and caliber of those games.
Yep.
So
I just don't see them releasing Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 7
in the same year.
In the same year. I don't see them doing that. That seems fucking insane. I know that Final Fantasy is at least in the first half of the year.
It's probably going to be March.
Yeah, maybe it's a different financial year.
It's a different financial, but like I think this game easily falls into 2028. Easily.
Yeah, but even if it falls to like early, they delay it and then moves to the start. That's still, I think, even early 2028 is sooner than I was ever expecting it.
When was Kingdom Hearts 3 released? Was that 2023, 2022?
No, 2018.
It was.
Oh, okay, no, okay. 2019? Okay, I thought it was way sooner. Yeah, this, you know what? It was quicker than Kingdom Hearts 3.
That'd be 8 years.
That'd be, yeah. I think 2028, I think, is more likely. I think what's interesting is, I think it's because it happened at D23, but all of the Kingdom Hearts 4 stuff we have seen so far has been so devoid of Disney as a large part.
The quadratum.
Yeah, it had all been in
Obviously.
whatever's going on with Sora. To kind of immediately go out of the gates in this trailer and go, here's Coco, here's Mickey, here's Donald and Goofy. I think is very interesting to because I was curious about how I don't want to say Kingdom Hearts was going to move away from Disney, but like I was wondering, how does Kingdom Hearts keep on this trajectory with building its story, but then also maintaining its relationship with Disney and maintaining the ongoing IPs within Disney within it. I thought Kingdom Hearts 4 could have been an opportunity to, I don't want to say reboot it, but kind of move Sora away from Disney. So to immediately see this trailer is like, oh, okay, no. This is going to be Kingdom Hearts through and through, and we're going to see all of the Disney stuff with it.
I'll just say, Coco is an inspired choice.
Very good choice.
So good, such like visually inside the game and like thematically within the story of Kingdom Hearts. I think Coco is such a great bit. So, and one you wouldn't have thought of. I don't think anybody kind of predicted. Oh, they're going to use Coco as a level within the game.
I mean, it's like it's a very good fit, but I mean, also when you think about, they usually have like returning worlds plus some new ones thrown in, and they already did Frozen and Tangled in 3. So what other really big recent? Moana?
I put good money on there being a Moana level.
Yeah, Moana would make sense.
Damn, we're gonna get The Rock as a voice actor. That's crazy.
Lilo and Stitch.
You're welcome.
Lilo and Stitch would be sick. I think there's some like. I think can you?
Stitch has been a summon, but they've never had a world.
Yeah. Can I? And this is the other one, and they're never going to do it, but it's always my hope because it's two of my favorite Disney animated movies ever. Is if they go into the bag and either pull out Atlantis or Treasure Planet, I'd lose my fucking mind.
People have been even before 3. People were clamoring for them to do one of the PG. Disney worlds. Like
either of those ones would be so fucking good and would work so well. It would be very exciting.
I'm keen. I mean, obviously, it's still Kingdom Hearts is a wild franchise. It's still one of my favorite gaming series. Full stop. I cannot not get excited for Kingdom Hearts, to be honest.
That's fair.
As much as it confuses and confounds me at times, but it is just a perfect mix of Disney and anime JRPG nonsense that sort of comes together to be.
I also think it is interesting that you're going to be playing as Mickey and Goofy and Donald. I feel like maybe that's also carryover from what they've done with
what I would love,
where you're able to play as all the characters, I guess, in like an action-esque.
I would love if they hold off for like a decent portion of the game of bringing Sora together with the others. And I hope every world playthrough where you play through the world as a section as Sora by himself, going through the world and meeting characters and stuff like that. And then you play as Donald or Goofy or Mickey or whoever, following on after and playing through sections of the world, following through Sora after everything and playing through.
I mean, they sort of tease that in that trailer because obviously there's Sora in Coco World and everything, and the Donald and Goofy showing up.
I hope that's not. This is the world that they're going to reunite in. I hope that this is going to be a trend throughout the game. Is the world is going to be separated in Sora sections, Donald and Goofy sections, and as we go through, we'll see more of it and the intertwining nature of it.
I'd be down for that. Make it fun. Can find out more for this game that's coming out next year. PlayStation news. Sucker Punch has announced a heap of new content coming to Ghost of Yotai, including a new story expansion, a new roguelike mode, and a complete edition. All this new content launching on October 1st. Ghost of Yotai Echoes of Sekigahara is a new narrative expansion that will take place between present day and flashback to Atsu. How do you say it? Atsu's time on the mainland. It will introduce Nagoto, a figure from Atsu's past, and we'll be able to explore an unseen valley with new enemies, new heavy weapons, and sets and dice all available. Ghost of Yotai Most Wanted is a new single-player combat survival mode where you'll accept bounties to start new runs and gain perks once you take down enemies and unlock additional players as you play. Ghost of Yotai Complete was also revealed to include the full game, story expansion, new survival mode, as well as a bunch of in-game bonuses. Those that own the original game will be able to upgrade for about $20 Australian. There's also a free update coming for players, which adds Beauty of Yoto mode that will allow for a screensaver-like view of the environment, as well as a bunch of quality of life improvements too. Are we excited for Ghost of Yotai single-player expansion? Something we didn't get for Ghost of Tsushima. We only got the multiplayers, that stuff.
I would be if they chose a different time period. Why are you releasing it in the September-October block?
True.
You know what I mean?
Because PlayStation needs something other than
They've
Wolverine.
already got Wolverine.
I guess
They
they,
don't need
other than
anything else.
Wolverine, they need something else.
And they got, they've got the GTA 6 name recognition as well, so they don't really need anything else. Other than I guess it's finished and they want to put it out. I feel like this could have been in December, kind of, or even a Game Awards like Shadow Drop kind of thing. But it's cool. It's more content. It might get me back. Go back, and I don't think I ever got around to finishing it. I kind of got burned out at some point. So,
I didn't do this.
It would just feel like I never went back and played the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima.
I'd
So
started
that was
the
just
game
like
again in black and white.
Yeah.
Whatever else, yeah.
Never got to the new content though. Or...
No, that's what I was going to say. I correct myself. There was story content. I remember that straight after I
Yeah.
just said there was no single player story content. There was the Iki Island thing.
which I think was just accessible as part of the.
You could just start it. I played it. I don't know
Yeah.
why I said that, and then I just randomly was like,
Yeah,
no,
why
I
did you
did
lie
play
to
it.
everybody?
I lied to everyone. I did play it. It was DLC. I played it. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
So many years ago.
That's cool. I think the survival mode, obviously, it's very reminiscent of the God of War mode that was released.
Yeah, which I played that as well. That was
So-
actually good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think that's probably what. Well, I don't know if there's going to be like a story thing to it, or whether it's just is a run.
Yeah, well, the God of War
unlock things.
God of War's really important, especially
it
when
actually
we
has
go into
massive story
Laufey.
stuff in it. Yeah, it's crazy.
And for $20, it sounds like a pretty good deal.
Kieran, did you ever finish Yoto?
No,
that's it. We're all fake gamers.
no, we are fake gamers.
Mhm.
Well, I know you. There's
I don't
reason
know.
why
I feel like real gamers don't actually finish the games they buy. So really, we're the real gamers.
I was really bad for finishing games around that. When it gets to the end of the year, I get terrible. I get sucked.
Dylan,
into
you've been
it.
bad at finishing games for years. You've been bad at starting games that you buy for years. Where's that copy of Elden Ring, hey?
On the shelf, ready for a celebration one day. You know.
I laughed because I saw there was a code for the Nintendo Switch version come through the email.
Yes. And that's the way it was meant to be played.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan intended it.
On that Switch in handheld mode.
Damn right. Yeah, I do need to go back and play it. Terrible. Side what? Yeah, side note. What do you got?
Like, are you moving on to the next news?
Yeah, side note. I just want to
I was
going
to say, seeing as we're still on PlayStation, have you guys followed much of the Wolverine preview coverage that dropped this week?
I have, actually, yes.
I've not looked at anything.
It's I'll give you the short, unless you haven't seen. If you haven't seen the do you want to? Can you actually wait, Dylan? I'm going to guess. If you haven't seen it, no fun. Can you guess the thing that gamers are outraged by?
Can I have a clue at least? Because there's so many. That's a very vast. Is it water? Like
no. It's actually quite funny because it's Insomniac. Okay, it's something about Wolverine that people are outraged.
Well, I had
by.
people angry about his face with the mask.
No. Something about his costume.
His butt doesn't look good.
No. Gamers are outraged because his costume repairs itself.
I mean, they were always outraged since the first trailer.
Yeah, but like it's been confirmed that like damage isn't the damage doesn't stay on his costume throughout the game, and Insomniac's like, who wants to play a game where Wolverine is just in like tatters of clothes for the like most of the game? because you've
Yeah.
like been through horrible situations. Who wants that?
Sometimes video games just need to video game, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
They can't be 100% realistic to life. Also, you want all these costumes, and you just want to rip them all up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, imagine all the costumes they're going to have if you compare it to Spider-Man. The Spider-Man games. It's like, what's the point? Yeah. They'll all just be getting torn to shreds or whatever. What's the preview coverage like then? Is the overall thoughts good? By
Mostly positive, but not mind-blowing, I think is the general consensus.
Yeah,
Like,
I think people
it's
are
a
looking
good
forward to.
action game, but it's
They
not
look
reinventing the genre in any way.
Yeah, there's when they're like when you think of a Wolverine game, this is a Wolverine game. Like, there's nothing like mind blowing about the game. There's nothing insane from what they've played. People were trying to be down on it because like the one boss fight they showed off is like a classic boss fight you've done 1,000 times, where it's like half of like a giant's body, and
It's
the
a
giant,
Giant Sentinel, yeah.
the Sentinel, and it slams its arm down, and you attack its arm, and then you move, and yeah.
Although I think it's interesting that the mythology that they're introducing in this version of Wolverine, with the X-Men and all that kind of stuff. I think they everybody kind of confirmed Nathaniel Essex is going to be a prominent character. I think played by Troy Baker, like in the game. So interesting considering other announcements at D23 this week. Like
Mr. Sinister's going to be all about everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
All right, my side note story. EB Games has launched EB Games is now officially buying single trading cards at more stores with cool new card reader rates. Press start. So, long short of it is, and they've released a video for it, and I saw this in my local store the other day. I didn't use it, but I was in there and I did see that they had it on the counter and everything. So, they've got this little machine that you slide cards into, singles, you go and sell them, and it'll scan your card and assign a price to it. You can also bring in bulk of up to like 50 cards at a time or one transaction or some shit like that. So it says Pokemon TCG singles are bulk accepted. Magic the Gathering singles in market value over $3. One Piece singles market value over $3. Sets must have been released at least 45 days ago. So they're not buying anything from the most recent sets. They're only buying older stuff. 45 days being older. And only English valued cards. English language cards, sorry. You'll get up to 80% value for store credit, 15% later, if 15% less if you choose cash, with the value being marked against TCG player prices. So it's not EB Games prices, but whatever this TCG player price is, you're still at best getting 80% of it turned into store credit, or 65% of TCG player price in cash. There's a list of stores that you can go to do this. What do we, I don't know, just general thoughts and feelings on this? I mean, it just goes to show that the single trading card game thing is just now at the stage that EB's invested in all these fancy card scanning machines and stuff. So they must be making decent bank on selling them and partaking in that and stuff. Kieran?
It's a terrible idea. Do not do it. Anybody go you there are you go to a card store, go to a TCG store, go to look up when your next vendor event is going to be, where people are going to be selling games and buying games. There is no way that EB Games is going to give you a good markup on singles, and there's also no way that singles are going to be priced fairly at EB Games.
I mean, they're saying they're using TCG Player, which is a place that a lot of people use for pricing. But still, at best, you're getting...
Well, I mean, you're automatically losing 20%. So, I mean...
you're automatically losing 20%. But, I mean, obviously, you're going to lose something because they're going to resell them.
Everybody selling even to a vendor you're going to get 80% generally. But I would be... There's no... Yeah, I don't see any value for EB Games unless they do what they... And this is the thing, this is just working on experience with EB Games and their marketing practices if they don't put up the price a little bit more.
Listen, I think this is an opportunity for somebody. Just stand in EB Games, wait for people to come in with the cards, offer them 10% more than what EB is going to give in cash. You know,
Yeah.
then you can sell. You know, sell them later for. I guess you'd get that tiny 10% margin or whatever's on the TCG player. You know, so there you go. If you got no time on your head,
I don't know. Maybe it's just there's like a
it's
trustability
just
factor.
ease. Yeah, I think
And
that's
the
what it
ease,
is. Yeah.
like it's like people feel comfortable going to EB Games to do it rather than potentially these other things Kieran mentioned.
Someplace with a manager, or like a
yeah.
head office that they can complain to if something goes wrong.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's why.
Or even like the thing is, the value you're going to get a vendor going to a vendor to go and buy cards from is they will often do deals. You can trade. You can haggle for price. They will just be forever at whatever the high set.
number.
This is the number.
the
will,
machine's going to scan it. It's going to come up with a number.
Computer
That's
says-
yeah.
computer
You
says
could get
$6.
better. You could trade cards for together for a better value to then get a card back from a vendor. Like I just don't. There's no benefit to going to.
My thing is that
EB.
the guy I saw doing it in my local the other day literally was putting a bunch of cards through the machine and then buying a single. He got a single out of the case in the store that they had there. So, I don't know. I guess if you got a bunch of junk and you see the card that you literally want sitting in your local EB Games,
just pay for the card.
I guess, and it's interesting nonetheless.
The thing is, it's going to be little kids that I feel like will.
Yeah, true. And the mums and the dads,
The mums and the dads
they're
and
not going
the
to
people
know
who found
different,
boxes
really.
of.
Yeah.
You know,
So it is what it is for them. Yeah. Bit of sad news. Netflix has shut down Oxenfree developer Night School Studio as part of its continued and ever confusing push into the video game space. Netflix has made a decision to shut down Night School Studio developer Oxenfree, After Party, and Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals less than 2 months after the release of its final game. In recent weeks, the studio released Unhinged, seemingly not marketed outside of the app itself, so, as Brody on Press Start writes. They've not heard of it. An interactive horror game designed specifically for Netflix's streaming services, whereby the player uses their own phone to control the characters in-game. In addition to I hadn't heard this either, by the way. In addition to Night School's closure, Finnish studio Moonloot is being shuttered also after being founded 4 years ago with the aim of putting out an life sim game akin to Animal Crossing. According to a statement made to GameFile, the closures are in accordance with Netflix's shift to games that appeal more to casuals and children, with focus on a party atmosphere, which was perhaps backed up by their recent FIFA game. Yeah, Netflix is... I'm going to be honest, when Netflix purchased Night School Studio, I at the time thought it sort of made sense. Like a narrative-focused studio.
Yeah, they could make narrative games that would make sense on a streaming platform.
About,
story stuff. People want to go to Netflix for story stuff, right?
Yeah. So at the time it made sense, but I think how Netflix has gone about promoting and doing it. I mean, it was even. I think me and Ash were recording what he would have watched last week, and we was talking about what was we trying to work out? Oh no, Arcade Couch last week. We was talking about the obviously Grand Theft Auto Netflix announcement thing that's coming at the end of the month. And was saying about like how you can't even. I was like, I have to go on the fucking phone to check what games are even part of their app service. You can't just check on the browser, and then even then, it's like you have to scroll down. Like the app isn't when you go to Netflix app on your phone. It's not easy to find the games or anything anyway. It's like they were trying to get into this space, but it's just not. I don't think set up at all for success. So they're shutting down the studio when I'm like, it's not really their fault, the quality of their games or anything like that. It's just, what's the fuck? If you're going to do something, do it right or don't bother at all. So. But that's sad. I never got around to playing Oxenfree 2, to be completely honest. But Oxenfree and After Party were fun little games.
I don't know. So. Do you think Oxenfree 2 did come by other places? So
I think
it was trapped on Netflix.
I think it did after, but it was trapped for a while.
Okay, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
More weird news. So, Halloween the game was denied Australian classification, and just reading this article from Press Start. Here's even more info about why Halloween the game was banned, exactly when it happened. Australian gamers have been quite annoyed about Halloween the game being banned this week, with this happening time and time again over the last 10 to 20 years. And we can now reveal more information about what exactly and why the decision was made and when it happened. The director of Australian Classification Board, Stephen Thompson, personally responded to a concerned gamer, going into more detail about why exactly the game was banned and when it happened. In a letter cited by Press Start, the game was officially refused classification on July 22nd, weeks before Ilphonic tweeted about it. And this was due to the fact that the game contains quote-unquote illicit or prescribed drug use-related incentives or rewards. Going into more detail, Thompson said, the board observed gameplay footage in which the player takes on the role of a masked Michael Myers to kill as many victims as possible or play as civilians trying to survive until the match timer ends. The footage includes the player's use of marijuana to provide gameplay advantage by granting ability that may assist in surviving the match. The drug is therefore linked to an incentive or reward. The board also considered that substance is ambiguously depicted as an illicit drug. The item is expressly identified as a quote-unquote joint through an on-screen text and is accompanied by a clear visual icon depicting a marijuana cigarette. How do we feel?
It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It's dumb. It's dumb. With it, we've got an R-rated system. Like, you're not 18, under 18s are not going to even more heavily enforced with the digital stuff that we've been talking about the last few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But why? How is marijuana meant to help you stop getting killed by Michael Myers?
Well, they didn't explain.
Does he not like the smell? It's like a deterrent, you know?
Because you got to take it easy, man.
Maybe it gives you helps you like slow down time or something. I don't know. What's whatever, it gives you some buff of some sort is how it reads, right?
In a asymmetrical game, it's going to slow down time. How's that going to work?
Here's the thing, though. All they need to do, if they wanted to still get it out in Australia, but the problem is it costs like $5,000 to submit your game to.
Just change it to cigarette. Done.
You just change it to an ambiguous non-marijuana name thing, like they
rolled up paper with stuff in it.
Yeah, you call it MedX, like Fallout 3 or whatever the fuck. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be something like fucking speed or cocaine or so, like. Or some sort of like prescription.
They're doing that hardcore marijuana.
Marijuana is going to really help you in this game. Maybe it stops you being scared.
Maybe. Bit annoying, bit shit. Continuous, just confounding Australian classification board shit that we've been dealing with our entire lives, pretty much. And no matter how many rules and stuff they change, and be like, we've had an R18 rating.
What new ceiling we get, we get introduced the R rating, but then they still ban stuff.
We now add, you got to verify your identity, child lock consoles nonsense stuff that we're doing.
So we can definitely enforce it in a way that no other place can ever enforce it.
Like, there's no way kids can get around this. Kids will not be allowed to get around this age verification stuff for social media and gaming and whatever platforms. No, still no marijuana. You adults.
No, you need to learn that drugs do not help you anyway.
It's like, I really thought if I smoked it, it would not. It would stop the masked serial killer from chasing me down the street.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a story in time,
Yeah, there'll be like some guy running down the street of a guy chasing after him with a knife or something. Wolf Creek scenario, stops to smoke a joint, gets killed anyway. Report comes out that because he played
the mother of the victim comes out. If only they didn't play that video game.
They would have kept running. They wouldn't have stopped to smoke that joint. This is why we need to ban video games. Fucking hell.
It's so dumb.
Very dumb. Ash.
Yep.
Tell me about Pro Jank Footy.
Pro Jank Footy. I think that was pretty good. Broden Kelly.
That's pretty good Broden Kelly impression.
It's
the football. Where did the football come wrong, bro?
It's the first game from Powerbomb Games, Tinkertown. It's an Aussie rules game. In the vein of not the more recent AFL games, more like what did I look up before? I think it was AFL Finals Fever, a game that came out like 1997, which is like a top-down version of it. And this is like cross between that and like an NBA Jam kind of game. So you get like a bunch of power ups that affect the game heavily. Yeah, and then it's very much AFL footy.
Some of them aren't power ups.
Some power ups do not help. Yeah, so I mean, from there it's AFL. It's them trying to. It's whoever scores the highest score wins. Done. I think it's obviously you got your basic versus mode, play 1-on-1. You can play a mode where it doesn't have any power ups. But then I guess online they would hope would be the meat and potatoes of the game. But then there is also a season mode, which really is like a roguelike tower mode in which you play your way up through a tower with you collect like 3 power ups at the start of every single match, and they carry through, and then you get 3 power ups and 3 power ups and that kind of stuff. So, and then you have like this crazy combination of like things like you've got no arms, so you can't mark the ball. Plus, you can run fast. Plus, there's super goals. Plus, every time you handball, you get a point, and plus, the goals are blocked. Plus, your enemies are cars. Plus,
your enemies are cars.
Broden Kelly just says 100 all the time. All these kind of weird, wacky things. So, it's a lot of fun. Definitely in short bursts. If you're in for a long period of time, it gets a little frustrating. I think there's a lot of like minor things that I would change. I mean, for a start, like when you're playing through the season mode, there's no pause. So either you get through an entire run or you got to start at the beginning again. I think that's a minor thing. I think there's a lack of customization, even like let's change the quarter lengths and that kind of stuff. Let's make, if you're playing a friend, you want to play long quarters or something, like really rack up the scores and that kind of thing. There's no option to do that. Everything is very set. There's no character customization, all that kind of stuff. I also feel I pretty much exclusively played single player, so playing against the AI, and I feel like it's a bit uneven. Like, I mean, the most recent session I had, I finally got around to getting some holding the ball penalties. But the first time I played, never got a hold of the ball penalty. No matter how many times you tackle the player, still not 100% sure how you get a hold of the ball penalty, because a player will pick up the ball straight away, get tackled. But other times you tackle them and they magically have released the ball and you don't get pinged. So, yeah, I think it is fun, chaotic footy, and as long as you're willing to just go with the ebbs and flows of things, because sometimes it is unfair. Just sometimes some power ups will like kick in and you'll there's kind of no way of winning, or like the AI will just do some crazy shit, or you'll kick it hoping to find your player and there's just a 7 or 6 of the opposition there to take a mark. So I think it is a lot of fun. I think playing multiplayer, playing in person against somebody is going to be where most people are going to find the most enjoyment in this. But there's a lot to really like. I think also the humor is really great. Obviously, Broden Kelly, like we said, from Auntie Donna, does all the commentary and uses a bunch of Aussie lines. Super bogan. Super, there's like weird animatics at different points involving seagulls and stuff for no apparent reason and that kind of thing, with no like consistent rhyme or reason when they'll play,
and
that kind of stuff. So that's really enjoyable. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. Like when you lose, there's there's a you lost song that plays. I played a match with a lot of the team names are fun. There's a team called the New Team Coming Sooners, which I think is quite clever. So, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I'd be surprised how much of a reach there's going to be outside of Australia. Although apparently, like people in Japan have been playing it, and they were surprised that Australian rules football was.
I saw kind of funny talking about it recently.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think they watched the trailer or something. Yeah, it was very random.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is a weird game. So
it is a weird game, and so is AFL.
Yeah,
No, it was the other way around. So it was Project Footy.
I've only played a little bit, but yeah, I'd agree. I played a couple of matches that first time and a couple of matches later, but every time I've done that and been like, oh, that's enough for now. Like I sort of had no need to bury myself. I think I enjoy it more just for the shenanigans, obviously more than the AFL side, and then the Broden Kelly commentary. Like
oh, what a tackle! That's what I want to be held like at night.
Yeah, random
I want
shit.
somebody to love me.
Yeah. I think I told you the first time I played it. The one I found so funny is like, I can't remember exactly now. It's like I lost the match. He's like, oh, well, you lost the match, but it's okay because we're all going to die anyway. Like, anyway, back to football.
Rojank Footy.
Rojank Footy. Yeah, so that's so like, but yeah, the power ups and stuff's confused. Like, you get the seagulls card and there's fucking seagulls everywhere, and that makes it hard to play. You get one of the power ups, and it's like there's a third team now, and you're like, what's that mean? Like, you're trying to think about it in a non-logical way, but then it's just literal. There's a third team now, and you're like, where the fuck are they shooting? Like, where are they kicking the goals? I don't understand this. How is there 3 teams on the field now? And that just makes it even more confusing. Next second there's cars driving across it. You're like, what the fuck do I do now? But yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's obviously, I mean, the game is designed to be played. I mean, they've got these, like old 80s arcade machines that playing the game and taken around the place. They've taken to pubs in rural Victorian areas and had success with them out there and stuff. So the game, it's designed for local co-op, couch co-op. I think ideally,
local arcade machines would be a good time
because you can play it with. There's literally 2 buttons and analog stick. So, I put up my preview for Star Wars Zero Company last week. So I played about 10 hours of it. It's fantastic, and it was really annoying when the preview ended and said it was over. And I was like, oh, that's really sad because I was sort of hoping the preview builder just glitched out of me and would let me keep playing. I thought I'd broken the system for a while because I was like, man, this is a long preview build. This seems to like, what's my save file up to? And then it's like, no, thank you for enjoying the preview. I was like, fuck. So this is Star Wars XCOM as the easiest way to explain it, which has a lot of XCOM-y boxes ticked, but with some Star Wars flair and stuff that's going on. I think the biggest thing though that stood out to me, like right out of the gate, and I didn't play Marvel
Midnight Suns.
Although I'm aware of, like, obviously you walk around the house and like, whatever before you jump and stuff. So this is sort of set up, and you can tell they want to really make sure there's a cinematic narrative depth to it, and it's not just you going around one random battle to another. So you have a ship or a base of operations that you roam around between missions. You can go talk to everyone that's part of your squad there, and that will sometimes trigger little side mission options and stuff like that, depending on choices that you can then take for them and learn more about these characters. So it's got like all those little interactive moments that I believe Marvel Midnight Suns had, that you could choose to go talk to people and whatever else that you want. And then while also at the base, you can buy and upgrade weapons. You can recruit other people. You can choose to upgrade certain areas. So like upgrade the med bay. You can now heal 2 people at one time. Upgrade the black market. You can buy better weapons. Upgrade, like whatever. You can do all these things. You then have 2 different types of missions. So you've got ones, I can't remember the official name off the top of my head, but you've got these I think they just call them operations, where it's like use intel that resets each day. So the game takes place in days too. It's like after every mission, the main character, Hawks, who you can customize to your the heart's content, basically, and you can play as more than just the human character that's in all the trailers. They like wake up in their office or captain's quarters, whatever, after the end of every mission. It shows a day ticking forward one. So it's like, anyway, the operations use intel that refreshes, and they're sort of like, it'll say like, oh, do you want to send some people out to explore this area, whatever planet, with her blah 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 blah, and then you can pick 2 of your squad team members or whatever to go out on that mission. and then it'll just, but as soon as you click it to send them, then it'll straight away pop up text that says like their mission was a success, they managed to infiltrate blah 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 blah, here's your rewards or whatever. Or maybe you pick people that weren't great for that mission and one of them's now hurt and they've got to be put in the med bay and you don't get rewards and stuff like that. But then some of the intel that you get from those operations might unlock an actual proper mission or give you intel that'll help you with one of your actual missions. So the actual missions, and I think the other thing that like helps add a more cinematic flair, and this doesn't occur for every mission because there are like, you know, more just you click on the planet, it says, yep, go down here. There's a droid facility. We've been called in to fucking get this weapon cache, whatever. You click play mission or start mission, whatever, it just drops you into the battle straight away, which I'll get to in a second. But then more of the core missions, the story, especially the more story-based ones, you like sometimes you just load into the mission and it's like a third-person game, so you're like literally walking around the street or a town. Now it's very linear. It's not like open world, and there's not like you can't go off the beaten path or anything, but you can walk down, and then if you keep your eye out, you can spot things to give you intel. We can spot moments for hawks to pull out their binoculars and like look out and be like, oh, that's where our thing is. So it adds like a prologued, like sort of adds a bit more cinematic flair, I guess, to the game. So it's like you go for this whole section, you're wandering around the third person action game, suddenly you walk down, oh shit, you're being seen by the enemies. Now the camera pans, you know, goes up to the sky, so now it's a isometric tactile game. But then after that battle, maybe you're now back to walking around a bit until you get to the next area where there's a battle. So it's not just battle or you fly out. So I think that adds a lot and helps the narrative beats too, because some of the biggest story missions, it's like you'll have a battle and then you'll be able to roam around a bit or make you roam from A to B. Even though if it is linear, it's like a nicer way to, I think, add the story or character moments in between those. The combat is sort of what I think you would expect for an XCOM sort of tactile game. Obviously, you move the characters, you tell them to shoot, whatever. The game is very much built around cooperative play between the characters, to a degree that if you build like you can have, I can't remember the exact example I gave in my preview, but it's like one of the characters can have an ability that says the next person that shoots this enemy, they will follow it up by shooting them as well. Or you can have a call for backup. So it's like you ask, hey, this person. So you move another character over to the right-hand side over here. So now they've got an angle on this person. Then you've got another character, south of this enemy. You ask that person to back you up when you shoot them. This character shoots them. This person fires in as well. You kill them. So you never really want to, ideally, just be shooting. And you should be thinking of it's less about what combat moves or abilities the characters have, because some of them have like special abilities, or you could like throw a grenade or stuff like that. It's quite often about the order that you choose to move the characters, position them, and think about it before you just willingly start clicking on enemies and click attack, and then you're like, you didn't achieve as much out of your turn as you could have if you'd stopped for a moment to think about it. And there's no undo button, by the way. So if you accidentally be like, I don't want to attack, I wish could I go back? No, you can't restart combat. That's it. And there's like even the character who's like passive ability, I guess, is once per turn. If there's an enemy below whatever X health, they'll just fire out of nowhere and finish them off. So it's like if you see a weak enemy, you're like, I don't need to ask for help on this enemy because I know if this person shoots them, it should get them down low enough. That character will automatically finish them, and then I'll get this character use their ability to ask for help from that same person who's now got no points or whatever. Because every action, of course, uses action points as per every type of this genre of game. But no, it's all very good. I don't think it's particularly hard. I was just playing on a normal difficulty. I didn't find it a struggle. However, I've looked at some other people's previews and said that they had to drop down the difficulty, but they were writing it from I'm a Star Wars fan, I've never played any of this genre, but they do have an easy difficulty and a story difficulty, which I think is nice for people who are like, I've never played a tactics game, but I'm want to play the Star Wars game because I'm a Star Wars fan, it's like you can play it on story mode if you want to not be busted. What's other thing I saw about? Yeah, so then you got the relationship. So it's like even if you ask a character to help another, they'll like it'll come up on the screen after they help someone shoot an enemy and give them like +1, like a bond sort of thing. And then back when you're at the base, characters bonds increase with each other, and then you go through like a little screen where it'll come up with like 3 choices every time they like rank up their bond, and it'll choose like these 2 characters can get an extra stamina or extra point, or these 2 characters will now be able to move better together, all these things. So they get upgrades. So then the 2 things of note for that is that sometimes during the story you'll have key moments and decisions that Hawks has to make where it'll clearly show you, say you have 3 choices that you could do in this story moment. It'll say these characters will dislike that, these characters will be neutral in it, these characters will dislike it. So you can sometimes get characters' bonds level up between Hawks, or some of the other characters' bonds up between each other, but then story choices will make their rank drop back down again. You can also get characters' bonds up high and have them have really cool abilities and work well together, and you've got a really good squad going. But the game does have permanent death, so if you fuck up, you will then just lose someone who you put a lot of effort into building a ranking into. So everyone in the game can die other than Hawks, because the main character obviously. Other than the only time people get character armor or whatever is in the mission they're introduced. So sometimes characters will be introduced in a mission. So there's a Jedi, or sorry, not a Jedi. There's a Padawan who joins your team after a few hours, and the mission that character first shows up in, they can't die in it because it's just integral for story. However, once you finish that mission, if you start bringing that character in your squad with you, they can die and just be dead. And then all of their story content and whatever else is gone, which is really interesting to me because there is a moment where the preview build ends, because we saw in the trailer Anakin Skywalker's in the game. The last mission that you can play in the preview is the first time you meet Anakin Skywalker, and at the end of the preview, Anakin Skywalker has a interaction with this Padawan and is like, basically, why the fuck are you here? Shouldn't you be at the Jedi Temple? But then there's also like Anakin, and he's like, it's fine, I'll let you finish what you want to do, but you should come back later. But then I'm like, if you kill that character miraculously before this, that interaction would exist. Just like little moments like that where I'm thinking, how would the story just like differ with characters? But also because of the way the day system works, and this is this is already one of those games where I'm sort of confounding of how different people's playthroughs could be. Because of the day system, you wake up, you go talk to everyone, do shopping, whatever you want to do on the base. You go to the mission select holo table thing. It'll come up there and it'll say, this mission expires in 3 days, this one 2 days, and then you might have 2 that say they expire in 1 day. So you got to pick, which mission are you doing, and then who you're bringing on it. So there are going to be times where people just go or miss these missions. And then there's also, if you don't go talk to the characters and trigger like the character specific side missions. Like I did one that had, as soon as it triggered, it had a 1 day expiry, but then there was also another interesting mission that had a 1 day expiry. But I chose to do the character specific one because I thought that'd be more interesting. But then whatever that other one was, I never touched it. It's gone, So between all of that and the ability for characters to permanently die and be wiped off your ship, I'm like, people I think are going to have very different playthroughs of this game with completely different squads and stuff, or even how you play the game I think could be completely different, because I already have a preference to who I like to bring unless they're injured and I need to put them in the med bay, because then they have to sit out for a day or two while they're healing. But so far I've also unlocked several characters I find very cool, and I'm just, which is sort of it's a double-edged sword to have cool characters that you want to bring, but then you're like, I'm sort of limited to always the risk. Like you a Mandalorian Mandalorian comes and asks to join your team. You can tell them to fuck off, actually, is one option. So people are going to play this game and be like, for people who are like, no, I don't want you on my ship, I don't trust you. Well, that character doesn't exist in the game. I said yes. So they're the part of the team. No idea what they want or their long-term goals are. I was at the start of the game. I knew the game starts. Hawks is in debt. There's barely anyone that's part of the crew. The person says, I want to join. I'm like, sure, I don't need to know your reason. I'll take you. But like, they're really cool because they have literally a fucking ability where you can nearly make, because they got a Mando jetpack, you can literally make them jump nearly halfway across the map and like fucking land between enemies and do like a ground pump shockwave ability. I don't know. There's heaps of different ways to play a game. The villain is the Infinite Coil, which is a new faction who are aligned to the Separatists within the game, and they're basically like some weird fucked up cult. Like one of the missions where Hawk sneaks in and you watch them do like a ritual thing. They've got people there, and they like have these scorpion things come out and like sting people, and then if you survive it, their body gets like all these weird markings on it. But then the way that plays into gameplay is that these cult member things, it's like when they die, this weird shit comes out of their bodies, and then like another enemy will have it like sucked into them, and it'll like give that new enemy like more power. So suddenly they'll be more health, or they'll be stronger, or they'll be like enraged, or some shit like that. And that means in the missions that you're doing against the Infinite Coil, because you do have various different types of enemy types that you're sort of taking on, but they're the big bad. Sometimes you're having to think about which enemies you take down first, because you can quickly end up taking down if you take down 3 random Infinite Coil members, and then suddenly you've got a Infinite Coil member that's had 4 fucking power-ups boosted into it, and now it's a tank and nearly impossible to kill because it's just wailing on you and just taking everyone down. It's good shit. I can't wait. Obviously, it comes out August. What is the date? It's here somewhere. 23rd or some shit. 28th.
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks, sorry. Ash, I know you like XCOM games and stuff like that, and played. Are you keen for this after all the?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like XCOM and Midnight Suns, maybe even like more of a mashup between those two, because Midnight Suns was a lot more character heavy and storylines and all that kind of stuff. But everything you kind of described, but without the XCOM combat system, it had more of a card system. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds very promising, and like I'm keen to jump into it when it drops in a few weeks. So, yeah, I mean. I assume you're using mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, mouse and keyboard. Yeah.
So, do you use controller at all? Like, how?
No controller, but I don't think it would be that hard to play with a controller.
No,
like, I'm
probably not.
just thinking about it. Like,
I think it's just movement. How finicky is the movement and that kind of stuff?
Just placing. The only thing I'd never want to do with controllers, because obviously
it's not like tiles, is it? It's
no, it's not
free.
It's free. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously that sort of, I think, makes it more appealing for mouse and keyboard. But
yes, definitely. So
yeah.
Was there a base building element, or?
I mean, not really base.
Resources.
Just you can upgrade your base and unlock more facilities and stuff.
To let you upgrade your troops or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and other things, like you can't even use astromechs until you buy an upgrade that installs an astromech area into your base. So I don't, and there's a bunch of unlocks that I couldn't see because I hadn't been locked in the story yet. So, yeah. Also, people have, and this is just based entirely on rumors, but people have been theorizing that the game might go through Order 66 and come out the other end. So then I'm wondering how that affects a lot of things.
The Jedi guy on your cards.
Well, you got the Jedi guy on the cards. You've got also,
or if you have clone troopers. Yeah,
you do have clone troopers. Like from the get go, you have one of your main buddies is a clone trooper. So
they turn on them, then you have to choose who you're going to save. Who you're going to side with.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to go. But Kieran, do you have any interest in this or no?
Yeah, no, 100%. I've always. I love the like. This is the thing, right? I love the idea of XCOM. I love the idea of like the permadeath systems. My thing is, I am always tactically fucking stupid and tactically risky, and I will make the hero play or the
save system like, Dylan.
You can save whenever you want, and there are multiple save slots. So if you want to make 10, if you want to make 10 different save slots during the same mission, you can.
So it's but that's the thing. I wouldn't want to save someone at the same time. So, look, it's probably at some point I just need to sit down and play one and put the effort into learning how to I don't want to say play correctly, but play tactically and play with that in mind. I've been looking forward to this. I think Star Wars is a perfect franchise for this. I'm so glad that they've set it in a lore period that isn't too heavy, that isn't too bogged down by Jedi or bogged down by the cinematic personalities of people. Because the moment they add those characters into the game, they can't kill them off. They can't make you feel like
you do an entire mission with Anakin Skywalker at the end of my preview. So,
well, but the thing is, right? You can't, like, say in the core squad, you can't.
Nobody has definitive story armor.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody has like plot armor. Nobody has a. I'm not playing this game being like, okay, this person needs to show up in a movie.
No.
Yeah, or like there's the entirety of Clone Wars that this character is in, or anything like that. It's yeah. So no, I think it's interesting. I'm probably going to pick it up. I think the end of August is an interesting time. The thing that almost not annoyed me, but like, yes, because I'm impulsive, Kieran, and I want it, was all this preview stuff came out, and then I was like, I want to buy it, and then it's like, oh, it's not out for another 2 weeks, and I was like, what? Like, let me play the game. If everybody's talking about it now, let me play it, for fuck's sake. Don't make me wait 2 weeks for it.
I mean, the Wolverine preview stuff just come out, and that game's so exciting. So
Yeah,
that's usually how free.
Yeah, it's different.
That's how
Yeah,
previews
that's
work,
fair.
unfortunately.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shout outs to 2 reviews that Jacob has put up on the website. So the first one's for Wild Blue Skies, which he says Wild Blue Skies draw heavily on the on-rails flying shooters of the 90s while making the genre its own with stunning scenery, excellent voice acting, and engaging flight mechanics. This is like a very Star Fox inspired game with a cool art style. And I think it's like a dog, a moose, I don't know, cow, reindeer, deer.
Definitely a dog.
Dinosaur. I don't know. They're cool looking characters. He gave the game a 8. So if you're intrigued, check out that review. And then the one he played was Agents 64, which he says one of the highlights of Agents 64 is its robust multiplayer options, offering both online and local co-op modes that amplify the fun and competitive spirit. Players can team up to compete against each other, adding layers of excitement to an already captivating main story. This game is a very GoldenEye 64 sort of inspired. Hence Agent 64.
I would not say inspired. I would say legally distinct.
Yeah, very much. That's general. He gave that a 8.5. So, but yeah, it's a Nintendo 64 inspired shooter that very much is like, hey, if you have nostalgia for those games, especially the GoldenEye, this might be of interest for you.
I mean, looking at the review and you got the split screen thing, I'm like, wow, that's
that's GoldenEye. Yeah.
nostalgic vibes,
Yeah, very much. All right, let us know in the comments session any comments, questions, concerns you have about anything we'll discuss this week on the show. Send us something to discuss next week on the show by heading to explosionnetwork.com/follow. Find all of our social links, and if you like the show and like to support Explosion Network and the podcast, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support. We'll see you here next week, same time, same couch. I won't be here though. Goodbye.
Do you want to say something here?
No, I'm good.
No. Okay.
No.
What are you giggling about, motherfucker?
Nothing. I was no. I've played better. I was going to ask you, have you played any Dusk? Have you played Dusk Fade?
No.
Can't believe it.
Did you get into the?
It's good. I did. It's like I played like 2.5 hours the other night. It was good. It's good shit.
Well, I didn't get in. You gotta be picked.
No, Dusk Fade. No. Dusk Fade is the new
I'm thinking Dustblood.
No, you're thinking of Dustblood. No. Dusk Fade is the new indie game that is inspired by the action adventure games of the mid 2000s. So like your Jack and Daxter's, your Kingdom Hearts in some ways. Like it is directly pulled out of that. Has a great art style. Plays like it's very good. It's very, very good. But people saying that they're feeling nostalgic for that kind of gameplay style with exploring bits and pieces and finding a new world and gathering different challenges for puzzles to upgrade your character and to gain new abilities. Like this is that. It's pretty great. It's like $30 on Steam. It's fantastic. Music's really good.
Steam Deck verified.
It is.